Oh. What up, what up, what up? Man, let me find out the dead has risen. Let me find out the dead has risen with AWOL out here. Let me find out the dead has risen. Oh, what up, Danny? What's going on with her? Caramel Wonder? What them dimples doing right now? What them dimples doing right now? Oh man. Listen. I know this is random, but I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and throw up a little live. It's been action packed in the world today or lately. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, AWOL, it's been a hot one. It's been a hot one. So through the link in the chat, if anybody wants to at any point, it's no pressure whatsoever. But just in case, if anyone wants to hop on, this is a family thing. You know what I mean? Right. AWOL been hiding. Super cat, where the tornado at? The tornado. The tornado. Run for cover. It's a tornado. What is good? You said you're not feeling the black metallic fives coming back out. Yeah, man. The re-retros is getting a little out of hand and close together and whatnot. I mean, yeah, y'all know I'm not a Dunk fan, but just for example, right? I think I just showed the Dunk low veneer and that ugly duckling pack. Like the plums came out, I know, a couple weeks ago. They had re-retroed that like just like 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm not sure what these quick re-retros is about. I don't know what these is about. And then isn't like a reimagined Black Cement 3 or something supposed to drop too this year? I mean, how much more reimagine can you do with that? Are they going age the souls like they did with the white cement, or like what we doing? I know I guess the build of it is supposed to be closer to 88, but do we really need that? I mean, I had a whole Black Cement 3 that, it still looks pretty good, but to me, that shoe you can beat up anyway and it still look good. That's one of them ones. That's one of them ones. What Danny say here? Said, yeah, Jordan Brand need to go back to the drawing board. For sure. I mean, I will say at least for this year, one thing I will agree with is it seems like it's a steady stream or funnel of women's exclusives. I mean, if we want to call them women's exclusives, they should just be general releases. I'm not really sure what the whole calling them women's exclusives for. Really, that hideous Jordan 1 Chrome is the only one that really looked like, if we want to call it a women's looking shoe, that's really the only one that looked like one. But at this point, everything should just be unisex. I think at this point, women are pretty we get the point. Like there was a point where there weren't any women's exclusives like that, but I think over the past few years they've done enough to let us know they thinking about us. Okay, cool. Now let's just do unisex. Don't do the whole grade school and men's thing. Just do unisex. Whoever can fit that size range, which should be most everybody, and we good. Everybody get the shoe. Everybody get the shoe. But yeah, man, for April, man, what y'all been looking at? Cause I know for me, I showed a couple things already that's been kind of dope in terms of early looks or whatever. That Air Jordan 4 Vivid Sulfur. Them actually, they will surprise you. I did an early look. I dropped last week, and that thing is nice in hand. A lot of folks were saying they basically the Tour Yellow 4s, which I mean, I don't disagree, but They put that sail on the midsole. Ooh, it's a touch, baby. And I don't do Jordans like that, but yes, Jordan Brand needs to Jordan Brand need I gotta talk in Tenata lingo. Jordan Brand needs to more high numbers. Yeah, still didn't work, Super Cat. You gotta come again. Come again. I like that for review. And speaking of that, yeah, so I bought some new equipment, basically a new mic. And yeah, I didn't get a chance to really tinker with it before I did that batch of earlies from last week. So if you notice the audio doesn't sound as crisp as what well, I would say at least it's as crisp as what I would prefer. Just know it's just a lack of troubleshooting. So hopefully those still turned out okay. So I just want to make sure those was good. I appreciate you, AWOL, in terms of letting me know that you appreciated it. They tripping with making the size 1Y pay the same price as 7Y. It's nasty work. And was nasty work including that is the daggone dang, what was I gonna say? It's $210. It's $210, man. Listen, I be looking at stuff and I'm like, man, I wouldn't mind having this, but $210? Y'all gotta be out your mind. I'm not paying $210 for a bunch of stuff, man. Not doing it. Not doing it. So I'm super I was reach back gang before. I'm super reach back gang now. I'm not paying 210. Wait a minute, didn't you already have one of those rich people mics? Well, I mean, if you want to consider this one, this is one of the rich people mics. But this particular mic it's a wireless mic. When I record like my early reviews, my pickups and stuff like that, I use a Rode mic attachment to my Canon camera. I got two cameras. One is for like pickups and reviews and stuff like that. One is for vlogging. So like I'll call it my studio camera. Okay, let's call it that. I typically have a Rode attachment, but it picks up way too much around me. So I figured with a wireless mic, I'll be able to focus more on my vocals. Like you might still hear the outside world. Like if I'm in a store, you know what I'm saying? It's a place of business. People gonna come in there, they're gonna chat it up, right? Um, but with the wireless mic, my aim is for you to hear mostly me. And you get the gist. So, but I ain't get a chance to troubleshoot with it. Oh, oh, we got over here the other Q, the other Q. I'm doing good. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, this might be the Jordan 1 queen over here. 313 might have to y'all might have to do a battle. 313 retro queen and Q. Yeah, I might have to do a little Jordan 1 battle. She did her 30 days of mids in March. You know what I'm saying? So that's including her normal one. So Jordan head through and through. Need a whole Jordan head little battle between y'all. See what y'all talking about. Okay. Word, what's good? What's good? Hey, word, thank you again for the shout in March for Women's History Month. Much appreciated. It's always love. I wasn't expecting that, a lot of times I'll be either under the radar or mostly on YouTube. So it's so tough for me to try to stretch between platforms. It's just, yeah. I'm not good at it. I'm just not good at it. But I peek my head in and trying to get some more consistency over there, as if I don't struggle enough over here. So but definitely appreciate you. BX, what is going on? How you feel about LeBron saying that he doesn't have much time left? Well shit, he 39. What you want? He 39. That was coming. That conversation was coming. Sooner than later. What else could he possibly give us. I do see him being able to perform at the level he's performing for at least, I'll say at least another 2 seasons, at least another 2 seasons. But I mean, you can tell with just his lift and a couple of things, like he's still in great shape, still super effective out there, still scoring like the 18-year-old LeBron. But you can see the athleticism is starting to leave his body a little bit. And I mean, your joints and ligaments get different, okay, as you age. I don't care how many millions you done invested in your body. Your body is gonna change. And so, but as a LeBron fan, I've been saying this for the last probably 5 or 6 years. Okay. I've been saying this like it's and most other people too that know something about something. When he leaves, that's when people are gonna understand what he brought to the game. Right now, people can talk and do the whole thing. Um, in terms of like bashing him for some of the decisions he's made and some of the things he does that people don't like that he does, all of the stuff. But um, I think just like how people found a new appreciation from Mike when The Last Dance came out, because people get convenient amnesia, and after a while they just need to be refreshed. When he retires, I think we're gonna get a whole lot of content to remind us to remind us who he was. I'm not a fan of him doing that podcast with JJ Redick. I'm gonna tell you that. Not a fan of that. I feel like he's gonna be giving us too many stories that we need to be getting later on. Like, I don't want to know, that you got kicked out of the high school tournament or whatever. Like, I don't want to know none of that stuff. I don't want to know nothing right now. Like, save all the stories for when we don't have no more access to you like that. Share with us then. It's too much sharing, too much access in the world. I don't like all this access. Okay. BX put some lotion behind. Yeah, BX having ashy ears is just nasty work. That would be something I'd never done. Sounds interesting. Yeah, man, you could definitely think about it. Think about it. One thing you can't defeat is father time. That's a fact. Problem is they want him to be off the bench player like Al Horford. So you're gonna have to. I'm dead. But here's the deal. If for whatever reason that is what they want, they can't say that to him. You can't walk up. I don't care who you are, Rob Pelinka or Pat Riley. Any of them front office dudes. Like, LeBron, I'm gonna need you to come off the bench. You can't tell LeBron to come off the bench. It just ain't gonna happen. Just ain't gonna happen. But you're right. He will definitely retire before he comes off the bench, more than likely. More than likely. So, but yeah, I wanted to y'all can already kind of see one of the things I wanted to show y'all. So, listen. Y'all see this? It's a 990 V4 macadamia nut made in USA. I just grabbed this joker. All right, so I haven't bought a New Balance in 20 years. Okay? I haven't bought a New Balance in 20 years. And obviously it's trending right now, the classic running shoes, all of that joint. But I couldn't get into it. I hadn't found anything I liked. And I saw these joints like a month or two ago when they were just kind of on the sneaker blogs and stuff like that. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, they nice. And I could wear them casually, at the office, out and about, all of the things. So they tricked me though. They tricked me. I thought the eyelet right here was supposed to be rose gold or some sort of gold. I could have swore on the pictures that there was going to be a hit of gold on these. So that's one of the other reasons why I thought they was super clean. But I mean, they still clean. Don't get me wrong, but I wanted to show y'all this is the first look. My very first New Balance in 20 years, man. I wanted y'all to see that. I want y'all to see that. I still got to do a pick a video for them, but um, Word said if you played 2 seasons and only did like 10 minutes a game max, folks would hate it. Yeah, well, hell, he would hate it too. Yeah, ask me. He would hate it too. He ain't gonna give you no 10 minutes because he's super involved. He like to facilitate. He like control. So first off, he ain't gonna want to do it. That's first thing. That's why you can't even walk up to him and ask him to do that. John V, how you doing? Do you feel like Nike needs to step their game up with Air Max? Oh my God, we haven't had a good Air Max day. Ooh, we haven't had a good Air Max day, or just a good wave of Air Maxes around Air Max Day. I want to say since was it 2019 or 2020 when they did that city pack? If y'all remember, there was a city pack. It was like Shanghai, New York City, a Europe city and European city, and so on and so forth. I did a video on it years ago, during that year, whatever year that was, 2019. Yeah. So I say that to say, John V, definitely Nike needs to step their game up for Air Max Day. This Air Max DN, I don't really know what they're trying to do with that silhouette. Like, I'm not interested. Now, I do like that they did that OG Royal and Vault. I would have liked to see that OG Red Vault, but I mean, since they already did that a few years back, maybe they just wanted to go ahead and hit us with the Royal. But they could have went ahead and hit us with both real quick. We take care of that and at least a consolation prize of some sort. But punchline, absolutely, they need to step up their game for Air Max Day. Nike's been getting lazy, and a lot of that to me has to do with just having a strong portfolio that they can lean on. I mean, think about all of the silhouettes that they keep reaching back on that keep getting rehype, right? I mean, obviously Jordan Brand is Jordan Brand. People not gonna stop buying those. Dunks are on their sixth wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on. Who you got winning the G? You're gonna have to come again on that one. The G. I'm thinking you mean the game, but what game specifically are we discussing here, Martell? And how you doing, by the way? Supercat said 2019. Okay, I thought so. Years go by. Thought you said John B. I was John B. Woo, that's classic right there. Hey, Daddy, that's classic R&B right there. Q, the other Q might know something about some music. Might could talk music with her. What was Are you still down? Girl, it's alright. Yeah. I mean, he was fine then. I don't know about now. Yeah, Air Max DN is funny looking. Absolutely. I mean, maybe if they do the right colorway with the DN. Right now, they just doing a lot of blanketed colors: black, white, tan, orange, or a whole bolt one. Like, if they kind of do some sort of fusion colors that complement the design, the color blocking, or the design of the shoe, a color blocking that complements the design of the shoe, maybe we can look at them differently. All right, so Final Four starts tomorrow. Yes, thank you, Martell, for keeping me on track. That's actually a part of the agenda today. Okay. Even though I'm planning to be on for more than an hour. All right. Yes, so women's Final Four starts tomorrow, or is tomorrow rather. So Iowa versus UConn. All right. So any situation that has to do with Iowa as it currently stands is all based on Caitlin Clark's teammates. Okay. It's always been based on Caitlin Clark's teammates. Okay. She can give you 30, 40 points. But if she's dishing it out and Kate Martin is not hitting her shots, if Suki is not hitting her shots, that's their center. And the other Gabby Marshall, if she's not hitting her shots, because she got some shooters, but they've had plenty of games where they weren't doing their part. So it's only if they're doing their part. Only if they're doing their part. I think UConn is a much better complete team from a consistency perspective because where you have Paige Beckers, at guard, you got Aaliyah Edwards at center, right? So you got a solid front court and a solid back court, and then the rest of your folks around you. I think UConn is, as long as UConn got Gino, going with UConn. You know about UConn? UConn is never the underdog. I said this in the comment on Instagram the other day. I said this in the comment section on Instagram the other day. Have a good night, John V. I appreciate you. When is my next live? No clue, because I don't even know if this is something people want me to do. I don't know. So is it something you guys want me to do? Maybe we can talk about it. Okay. But thank you so much. I grabbed that Royal without the vault. Now I need the one with the vault. Of course you do, Danny, because you're rich. Now go in and grab my little size 8 in the vault, and then we both good. All right. You need some chapstick. Oh, I thought you was talking about me. I was like, I'm over here with these shiny baby lips. What you talking about? Checking in, Queen. The Vintage. How you doing, sir? Appreciate you again. Congratulations on the bachelor's degree, man. Congratulations. USC about to win the whole championship. No, they not, baby. They ain't gotten eliminated, darling. They got you talking about South Carolina. My bad. See, South Carolina only been good for a short period of time. When I see USC, by default, I only think about Southern California, right? Basketball fans, diehards, no. So my apologies, but South Carolina deserves to win. Undefeated for the past 2 seasons. Obviously, they didn't get it done last season. This is the season for me. This is the season. Dang, y'all going at it. BX, clip your toenails now. Don't be out here on that bestiality. All right. That's the best thing I could come up with. I don't know. Not too familiar with women's basketball, but I'm interested in knowing if Caitlyn Clark has won a chip. Caitlyn Clark has not won a championship. Last season was LSU. Season before that was last season was LSU. Season before that was South Carolina. I think UConn the year before. So yeah. Caitlyn Clark, and that's the thing too. Like Caitlyn Clark has not won a championship, so I just want people to just simmer down just a little bit, okay? As it relates to all of the hoopla and excitement, I know that Elite Eight matchup with LSU had everybody geeked up and excited. I was anxious the whole day. The day was going so slow. I was so excited for that game to see them play each other again. NCAA knew what they were doing by putting them on the same side of the bracket, which I hate that they did that, but they knew what they were doing. It was going to be Iowa versus LSU to get to that Final Four. They didn't want to push it out. I hate that. But it is what it is. Caitlyn Clark won. But here's the deal. LSU didn't get beat. LSU lost. If LSU, how do I say this? People are trying to make it seem like LSU got beat down, right? First off, it was only a 7-point loss. And secondly, it was a very convincing battle. Let's put it like that. Certain factors occurred, right? Such as the early re-rolling of the ankle of Angel Reese. She could have put up 30. I mean, she had 17 in the first half right before her ankle rolled, right? So she had a fantastic game. Ended it with 17 points, 20 rebounds. Could have done more, obviously. There were a lot of turnovers, an insane amount of turnovers for a team that, if they had won, been a lot of questions on how they made it happen with as many turnovers. If it was obviously Haley Van Lith was a liability. This girl is a hooper, a baller from Louisville, 20-point average points per game. Okay. So I want y'all to know Haley Van Lith is not a scrub. Just the wrong system for her. But I can go on and on about that. Let me see what else y'all talking about before I go too far. Um, Gotta represent. Oh, you in South Carolina, Q? Okay. South Carolina got a chance to get back at Iowa if they get past UConn. Well, I feel like UConn can win tomorrow. Be honest with you. Also, too, I feel like South Carolina is beatable. I think we've seen a couple of situations, such as like the game versus Tennessee. Like they've had games where they cut it close, but they came in the clutch. They came in the clutch. Championship. But I want to see, I'll say at this juncture, I want to see South Carolina win. All right. I want to, they're very much beatable, but I want to see them win. They have multiple reasons why. All of the ingredients are there for them to win. Depth. That's the number one reason. Depth and efficiency. Oh, and legendary coaching, right? Depth meaning it's not just their starting five. In fact, they have a different starting five throughout the season. That's just how deep the team is, right? So I say that to say they have a very deep team. They're very efficient. Everybody that you see on that floor does something very well. Okay. And for the most part, when we talk about scoring is something that each and every one of them that you see frequent that court do very well. And Dawn Staley, I mean, come on. Come on, it's Dawn Staley. She got them together. Let's put it like that. No Stanford, nope. Cameron Brinks and them, they couldn't hold up. But Stanford wouldn't have been able to make it. They wouldn't have made it to the championship, put it like that. They weren't good enough for the championship. I think the final two teams will be Iowa and South Carolina. I think the business of the NCAA, I was going to say the NAACP. The business of the NCAA is to have those two meet for sure. For sure. And in fact, if LSU had made it again versus South Carolina, when I tell you the most entertaining matchup all season has been LSU versus South Carolina. It has been just a treat. A treat. But yes, Iowa versus South Carolina. Iowa does not beat South Carolina. Nope. All I know is Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese. Right. So, like, y'all let me know. Okay. This is kind of one of the topics I wanted to bring up. All right. Because I know I'm not tripping. All right. I'm not the type of person to get sucked into narratives on the internet, but I will say I've run across a lot of things that got me to thinking is some biases between these two. Okay. Now, I need to know if y'all feel the same way in terms of what I'm getting at when it comes to that. Okay. So, the whole taunting thing, let's start with taunting. All right. Which is a part of what has made a lot of folks tune in first and foremost. Okay. So, when one individual do it, putting a name on it, Caitlyn Clark, which is the one that actually started the taunting last year, if y'all remember, she waved folks off who she didn't believe would make a three, so she didn't guard them. She would wave them off. She's the one that did the whole guard me face. She's the one that did that first. Like all of those things she did. No problems. Everybody quiet as a mouse. Quiet as a mouse. The other one, Angel Reese, does some of these similar things after the fact. In fact, not only was it after the fact, it was in response to some of the taunting that Caitlyn Clark ignited. Okay. And it's an uproar. It's an uproar. It's an uproar. So I'm gonna wait for y'all. I'm gonna wait for some of y'all comments to come in before I elaborate on that. And I'll keep going down. When they both go away, will the hype still be there? I don't know if it'll be the same type of hype because there's storyline there, right? There was storyline with them last year because of some of what I just mentioned, that whole back and forth with the taunting thing, the response, the retaliation, them actually meeting in the championship last year. They were the two teams that faced each other in the championship last year when LSU beat them, which people tend to forget. A lot of celebrating about an Elite Eight victory as if it was a championship. Angel Reese is a champion. Angel Reese has a ring. That's what when she's doing this, when you see that picture of her doing this, that was that game. That means ring. You feel me? So it won't be the same hype, but let me tell you something, the vintage. The freshman class. It is a lot of good talent. I know you already know about Juju Watkins, Hannah Hidalgo. She plays for Notre Dame. Super talented. Malaysia Fuwiley, super talented. And that's just three that are like on the radar that have played like solid minutes and have showcased that they're gonna be the ones to look out for next year. Paige Beckers is coming back. Of course, she's not a freshman, but Paige Beckers, who's with UConn, one of those players that you're starting to see people pay more attention to now. That Caitlyn Clark and Angel Reese are kind of on the way out. So she's coming back for her COVID year. So again, it's not going to be as entertaining because that's what LSU brought. That's what Angel Reese brought. Angel Reese's antics was the entertainment, right? People loved to hate her, but trust and believe all the things she did was the reason why they came in to watch. They came in to watch. Paige might surprise us because DD a number on USC. They did a number on USC. Oh, for sure. Again, think about it. It's UConn. It's UConn. For whatever reason, and you saying UConn hasn't won since 2016. That ain't been that long ago. This is a program that has won over 10 times in the last 20 years. Or 30 years, sorry. Cause I remember UConn when Gino's hair wasn't that gray. I remember UConn when Twin Cash was over there. When Sue Bird was over there. When Diana Taurasi was over there. When Maya Moore was over there. When Brianna Stewart was over there. That's like 6 or 7 superstars I just named to you. Different eras. All champions. UConn is never going to be the underdog. Never. Only Flau'jae and Angel was balling. Old girl with the pigtails. Old girl with the pigtails is Haley Van Lith. Haley Van Lith. She was a transfer from Louisville. Again, it was just the wrong system for her. And Haley Van Lith actually was teammates with Caitlyn Clark on Team USA. So maybe she thought she could guard her. She thought she was the same Caitlyn. Caitlyn had developed more skill set. Caitlyn developed a little bit more skill set. And yeah, she did cook her though. She cooked her. But Haley Van Lith, when she's a shooting guard instead of a point guard, which LSU was trying to force her to be, Haley Van Lith could have gave them 20 points a game. Dog. She's a dog. But she's in the transfer portal right now. She's in the transfer portal. I can't wait to see Flau'jae. So Da Vinci, hilarious. The vintage. Flau'jae Johnson, definitely look out for her. She'll be in her junior year next year. So she still got a couple years to show some stuff. Everybody's gonna be trying to wait around and see what she does as well. 9 for 3, 9 3-pointers and like 12 assists from one player killed them. Absolutely. But remember, they are only assists when those shots are being made. So those girls, sometimes they ain't always as hot. But Iowa's a strong team, but I don't see them beating UConn. If they do beat UConn, great. Because that's what everybody want to see anyway. Everybody wants to see Caitlyn Clark have a shot at a ring again, a ring that she has yet to get. They treating her like she has a ring. She does not have a ring. Caitlyn Clark was so disrespectful. Yes. Okay. So this is some of the comments that I was looking for. Yes, Caitlyn Clark, lots of disrespect, and I saw a lot of comments that just it just wasn't fair. I just saw a lot of comments that wasn't fair. Literally anything Angel did, people had a problem with it. People had a problem with it, and even I mean, even after the Elite Eight loss, and she actually was trying to humanize herself, right? Because people were actually making her out to be a villain, right? Forgetting that she's actually a human and has feelings. So she actually tried to give people that human moment, and they killed her for that. They killed her for that. And people are saying, "Oh, don't cry because you lost." Now, you were doing all that talking before. The girl wasn't crying about a loss. She had a moment, they were her teammate was talking about like folks don't know Angel Reese, like, she's a leader, she motivates us, this, and this. So she started to cry and then kind of talk about, hey, I was the villain. That's what they made me out to be. I played into it, but I see what y'all saying out there. I see the nasty things that y'all are saying out there, and it does affect me. It does affect me. And she was trying to give people that moment. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how even with that, people found a problem. Even with that, people had a problem. And you know what? Me saying that's crazy, it's not crazy. I'm not surprised that people didn't have a problem because unfortunately, and I had to bring this up, unfortunately for Black women, we do not get the platform to express ourselves in that way. When people describe Black women, it's always strong and resilient. We shouldn't have to be either of those. We should never have to be any of those. Her defense mechanism was playing into being the villain. Right. Yeah, when Angel does something it's evil, when Clark does it, it's just being competitive. Right. It's like we can't be overly expressive. We can't be outspoken. We can't do any of the things, right? Or else it's considered like angry Black woman, ghetto, ratchet, all of the things to just try to discredit and diminish our human, our humane, our humanity rather, the human in us, right? Yeah, when Angel does something, Skid Cooks speaking on Angel Crazy says she volunteered to be the villain but playing the victim basically out of right. I mean, there's no victim to be had. The girl did everything. She did everything. She literally was a walking double double. Angel Reese, I'm talking about a walking double double, right? Meaning she averaged 10 plus points a game, 10 plus rebounds a game, and so on and so forth. Like that was a given. A national champion. She was the conference player of the year this year. She just didn't have enough in terms of firepower to get to the final four this year. But she did her part. You can't walk away from that game and say Angel Reese didn't show up. You can't walk away from that game and say that. But because she lost, that was never the conversation. Oh, because she lost, people celebrated her losing. People celebrated her losing. But these same people tuned in because of some of those very things that they quote unquote hated about her. That game didn't do 12 plus million views because people, didn't want to see her. They very much wanted to see her. Caitlyn Clark has had multiple television games. That wasn't 12 plus million for Caitlyn Clark alone. That was Angel Reese's audience as well. And I'm talking about the lovers and the haters. The haters wanted to witness what the hoopla was about. You know what I'm saying? Juju Watkins, definitely a problem. I'm looking forward to watching Juju Watkins. They're supposed to be getting like a great recruiting class for next season. So I could see her hitting the transfer portal, if that don't happen. She was a little for a freshman, she was highly upset about, losing that Elite Eight game. I mean, a competitor doesn't want to lose, obviously, but how about I got a T-shirt with Reese and Clark on it when Reese did the waving and pointing at the ring finger. I got it from a sneaker con. I saw it and I had to get it. Hilarious. Hey, you need to wear that shirt. I need to see that shirt. Jill Biden made that beef worse, trying to invite the losing team to the exactly things like that. So Iowa gets celebrated after losing instead of LSU. Well, LSU didn't want to go, but we got reasons why we don't want to go to the White House. I mean, but that definitely is a good example of that, right? Right. It's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when we do it. What's good? JC, what's up? What's up? Van Lith entered the portal. Yes, Van Lith entered the portal. We do not know where she's gonna land. Van Lith trying to transfer again. Yes. So I wouldn't mind seeing her. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing her at a Big Ten team. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she can be beside Hannah Hidalgo at Notre Dame. Hannah Hidalgo is a point guard. You know what I'm saying? And Haley Van Lith is a shooting guard. Haley Van Lith needs to go somewhere that needs a shooting guard because she needs to be able to do her thing. Haley Van Lith is a 20 plus point per game average player. Like, I hate that everybody discovered her during this bad year at LSU when they did not utilize her where she belongs. LSU truly needed a guard. You could see it. I mean, Last Day Poa, she has a great defensive acumen, but Last Day Poa is she's not the point guard that they need. She needs to come off the bench. And they didn't really have anybody besides Last Day Poa. And her name is Last Day Poa, by the way, the girl I'm saying. Is I say that because when the commentators used to say her name, or Last Year Poa, sorry, Last Year Poa is her name. When the commentators used to say her name, I thought they were saying last year, as in like this is her last year, and they were just saying her name like Last Year Poa is coming out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that was her actual name is Last Year Poa, but that's the guard that was swapping Haley Van Lith at LSU. So she needs a system that she can be a shooting guard at. She can come on to Michigan. You feel me? We need some firepower over there. Like, we had a solid team though. We had a solid team. We made it past the first round, but we could not get into the Sweet 16. We weren't good enough to get into the Sweet 16. So Van Lith got cooked by Clark. They definitely got cooked. But like I was telling them, Van Lith and Caitlyn Clark were teammates before on Team USA, and she probably could guard her at one point. You know what I'm saying? But Caitlyn got better, and that's the difference between some of these players. Some of these players get into the gym and they grind, they develop, they build. I guarantee Caitlyn Clark has a trainer. The way that she plays, she's had a trainer for some time. You don't get that good just playing against your brothers. Trust and believe. You don't get that good just playing against your brothers. No, I was saying that Stanford won in 21. UConn won the last championship. No disrespect to UConn. But still, my point, well, since you're looking up information, Super Cat, take your tornado and go on Google. Look up how many championships UConn has won real quick. Let us know. And then we'll elaborate further on my punchline for why I said UConn will never be an underdog. Caddy! I'm so late. Hopefully these comments are not delayed. We're going to church tonight. Yeah. Cause I heard pass the plate around before I continue my next statement. How do you think Reese game will translate to WNBA? Okay, glad you asked. Okay. So Angel Reese, to me, and of course the haters don't think she's going to be good in the WNBA, but to me, she has a very similar game to both. For current people that are more knowledgeable about current players, she has a very similar game to Asia Wilson, not as developed as her, and I'll come back to that. For my classic basketball heads, very similar style to Lisa Leslie to me. She's not as tall as either of them girls. She's not as tall as either of them. However, her style, her finesse is very similar. It's smooth like Lisa Leslie. It's very smooth like Lisa Leslie, and she's very lanky like Asia Wilson. Right. Now, in terms of her translating to the WNBA, I think two things she needs to do: get in the weight room. Number one, get in the weight room because she's about to get out there with grown women. Okay, grown women. All right. Two, her mid-range shot. Okay, the floor does not stretch because Angel Reese cannot shoot, okay? She has great basketball IQ, offensive IQ even. Like, she knows when to pass, right? She sees the floor very well at every spot that she stands on the court. However, she won't be able to stretch the floor in the WNBA without a jump shot. If you notice too, she's left-handed. Nobody ever talks about her being left-handed. So for her to get the appropriate skill set and package, she has to work with a trainer, gather her, get stronger, and get a shot. Um, Tanea.
Hey, what's up, Q? No, what I was saying about the year after year that Suffolk won it. Was the year after South Carolina. That's what I was saying. I was saying that UConn hadn't won it since 2016. That's the
Yeah,
information I was giving. I wasn't disrespecting UConn saying that they're not. Yeah, I know about Tarasi. I know about Rebecca Lobo when they won the '95 national championship when they
yeah,
went undefeated. I know about I know the history about the women game.
for sure.
Yeah, so I wasn't saying no disrespect to UConn. I know about Swing Cash, Williams, and all them. So
No,
that's
I know. I feel you. I feel
yeah.
you.
So
My point was more so just like folks were trying to say they were the underdog
mhm.
in the Final Four. I just don't think they can ever be the underdog. Like they haven't gone that long ago without winning. I mean, Iowa's never
Right.
won a championship.
Right. They hadn't been to the Final Four since Vivian Stringer coached them in '94.
Right.
Right.
So that was kind of my thing. But no, I hear you though. I mean, it has been a little minute. It's been a
Right.
little minute for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
I was just saying about the years and stuff. That's what I was saying.
Nope, I got you. Nope,
Oh,
I understood you on that piece.
yeah.
I just again, yeah, like when UConn is in the conversation, man, we can't
Yeah.
rule them out
It was
ever.
just Gino.
For sure.
Yeah, fast, 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 fast.
But in terms of Angel Reese though, she is a fan. Let me tell you something. Haters spent so much time spewing negativity about that girl that when you actually watch her, she is literally the most active person on the floor
Fast.
at all times. At all times. So people can say what they want to say, oh, she's sloppy, or she just throwing the ball up there. That girl is active. You don't get 20 rebounds a game just being Bayou Barbie.
Facts. And LSU wouldn't win that national championship if Angel Reese does not transfer from Maryland.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Because what she brought there was an energy that, be honest with you, social media, her ability to engage social media really put a huge lens on them and the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember, but like before LSU won a championship, we would see ESPN like post highlights of her like blocking shots and stuff and standing over people, you know, and just talking crazy. And we had never really saw anybody doing that before because nobody was given the freedom to ever do that. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's ever played any type of basketball, and I'm talking about outside of organized basketball, even like when you play on the in the driveway, on the blacktop, whatever the case, you talk your stuff.
Facts.
You talk
And,
yeah,
and we haven't seen a player like that since Shara Miller. That fortress.
exactly. Exactly. And I think because people don't consider or not open to all cultures, like we forget that, like, that's a part of the game as well. Like that back and forth, that banter, some of the greatest talk shit, you know what I mean? And the men, I mean, they do it all day, all game. You know what I'm saying? Like hell, Kevin Garnett is known for that.
Hmm,
You know what I'm saying? But you never heard nobody like, oh, Kevin Garnett is a ghetto ratchet thug. That's wild. Oh, she's doing all that yapping. She's doing all that yapping. But I'm like, the girl was a winner. She was a
facts.
champ. She was a champion on the high school level. She was a champion on the college level. And they just want her to be quiet. And people don't recognize that the only reason why they're even intrigued and watching is because she's not quiet. Because she's not graceful. You know what I'm saying? And they also don't watch Caitlin Clark because she's graceful. There ain't shit graceful about Caitlin Clark. Real basketball fans want to see what those girls bring, and they want to see the chippiness. I mean, think about how many people were excited to see LSU play South Carolina. Think of how tense those games were. And I never thought any of those games would end in a fight, but it did one game because it was that chippy and that heated. And I'm not saying like, oh, they need to fight. No, I'm saying in the heat of competition, it needs to be almost to that point.
Agreed. And you gotta remember this: LSU hadn't been that good since Simone Augustus Johnson and Fouls. So let's not discount that. History. LSU hadn't been that good. So if Angel Reese doesn't come to LSU, LSU is not that good.
LSU is not as good for sure.
As good,
As
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, because they still have Flage.
right. They still have Flage.
Yeah,
Flage, of course, was a freshman, so we don't know that Flage is going to do as well as she ended up doing without Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese amped her up more. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like Flage gets out there and does her antics off the energy of Angel Reese. And I think without Angel Reese, she doesn't do much of all of that as a freshman. You know what I'm saying? And we can't forget Jasmine Carson
Facts.
and, and, and Alexis Morris, right? Those two women balled the hell out last season during that championship game. Jasmine Carson, she made like 5 threes in a row or something like that, something crazy.
Yes,
Something nobody expected. Alexis Morris, of course, they had her leadership. She was the senior at the time, right? Which shameful that she couldn't get a roster spot at the WNBA. That's a shame. But that's another conversation for another day. WNBA needs to expand. It's insane that some of the legacy cities don't have teams. Why does Houston not have a fucking team?
facts.
3 and 4 championships, no team. Detroit does not have a team. 3 championships, no team. This is nuts. But somebody asked me about the big three offering to Caitlin Clark that $5 million from Cube. And I mean, it's a good chunk of money to have for now, but she has a draw to me that might be able to sell some tickets. And when you sell tickets, you can do more, right? And right now, the WNBA doing more, I think, is expansion. I think them expanding even before increasing salaries would be the best. That's step A and step B. Step A, expand. Step B, increase salary. In that order to me. In that order to me. Haley Van Lith gonna end up in Iowa. So my thing about Iowa, I don't think Iowa's going to be good after this year. Everybody's saying that people should transfer to Iowa. Iowa's not going to be Iowa anymore. Iowa was never Iowa before Caitlin Clark. Like, and I'm a Big Ten representative. You see the banner back there? That's Michigan alum. Like Iowa is my only like bloodline in this right now. When you really think about it, that's a Big Ten representative, and this is me saying that Iowa is not going to be Iowa after this year, and people have to remember that. Now they do still have what's her name, Sulky, the center. I'm interested in how she's gonna do. Haley can ball. Haley's a dog, okay? And that's what I was telling them earlier. Haley Van Lith is a dog, okay? 20 plus points a game if you play her as a shooting guard. When
which
did
they did
folks
there.
right? They were trying to make her a point guard, and that's completely out of out of her system to keep her keep her rhythm. When did folks stop boxing out for rebounds is what I want to know. I be having flashback of high school coach yelling at me when I see games. Well, a lot of them ain't even strong enough to box out. But that's my point. These girls got to know that they're going up against women on this next level. So it's going to be some boxing out on the professional level. Okay. Trust and believe. All them fundamentals that they got away with not utilizing in college and high school. Oh, it's coming back in the pros. It's coming back in the pros. Kelsey Plum or somebody was being interviewed on ESPN, I think today or yesterday. And she had the scoring record before Caitlyn Clark. And she was like, shit, I sucked for the first 3 or 4 years when I got to the pros. It's a completely different level. She like everything that I did easily in college, uh yeah, on the pros, nah. It's a whole different level. These are grown, skilled professional women. Um Deshaun Robinson, what's up? What's up? What's up? But yeah, yo, that Vogue announcement with Angel Reese, imagine how much flyer that would have been if they had advanced further in the tournament. So she announced that she was going into the draft via a Vogue cover. First off, that's the flyest shit. That's the flyest shit you're gonna see this year from an athlete. All the haters talking that talk, and then 2 days later, she posts a Vogue cover saying adios, basically. You know what I'm saying? It's been real. She said, I've done everything. I won the championships in high school. I won the championship on the college level, SEC player of the year. You know what I'm saying? I got all the NILs, you dig, that I can take with me. I'm ready for that next level, you know. And I thought that was awesome. And I just also wanted to say, as it relates to her, I think she is very important for the game. There are a lot of women just like her that come from places just like her that have never felt comfortable being authentic. Okay. Over the years, up until now, until this social media age, women couldn't do that. Women like her from where she's from, i.e., places like where she's from, never had the freedom to feel like we can walk into a room and just be us. That whole code switching thing. We had to do a lot of that over the years. A lot of that. A lot of that. With no freedom to do anything authentic on a professional platform. And so she's important for that alone. Highly obviously educated, right? Obviously accomplished. Being from where she's from. Okay. And that's the piece where it's important that as adults that have spewed nastiness toward that young lady understand that we need to be wrapping our arms around her and those that are coming behind her. It is of a high responsibility that happens. Okay. She's not 25. She's 21 years old. Brain is not even fully developed. Is she going to be perfect? No. But she's going to mature, surely. All right. Guess they're gonna have to put Caitlyn on Sports Illustrated or something. Hey, Caitlyn probably already got a cover, uh, a shoot. She probably already did her shoot. They just gotta, drop it after the Final Four. Wherever she lands in this tournament. So let's say she gets eliminated tomorrow. She got something that's gonna get published the next day or two as well. Trust and believe. This girl got a Gatorade deal. A Gatorade deal. Nobody has a Gatorade deal. And that's one of the biggest deals for somebody that is not even pro or has not won a thing. That is the biggest deal that somebody who has never won a thing has. And Nike hasn't won a thing. And getting offered $5 million. And never played pro a day in her life. Like, if they try to convince us that the playing field is not fair, it's something like that just lets you know right off the gate. Some of us just gotta work 1,000% more. Harder, rather. And still don't get that. Juju is gonna be better than everybody we done talked about. And she still ain't gonna get that. That's all I gotta say about it. Like, it's wild. Yes, the privilege is ripe. Ripe. Okay. All right, real quick. What y'all? I'm about to get off in a second. What y'all think about this country album? This Beyonce album. Did y'all listen to it? Tanada, you the country person on this panel right now.
Hey, chill. No, I haven't had a chance to listen to it, so nah.
All right, so I'm not the person to well, the comments have covered it for me. So where it says Garbigio, and then he said it is trash. Okay.
Oh wow.
So it sounds exactly like I thought it was gonna sound, which is not country. Because even though she did the Daddy's Lesson song and she dabbled in country before, I think Destiny's Child has the Sell On song, which is it kind of has a country twang to it, but and here's my thing. I'm on record saying that country is a genre that the only genre that I don't like. So I'm not even sitting up here as a country connoisseur. But they're country themed songs with country instrumentation, but they do not give country in its authenticity. And that's literally all I'm gonna say. So I'm not personally gonna call it trash or garbage because people seem to be enjoying it. But for me, I listened to it all the way through just once, top to bottom. And I'll just say I don't need to listen to it again. And that's it. That's it. That's all. Now, are there other black women that I'm interested in looking forward to with a country album? Yeah, I'm on the record saying that I'm a huge K Michelle fan, and I know for a fact that K Michelle is a trained country singer. She got a scholarship. Was it Florida State or Jackson State University for yodeling? So she had a full ride scholarship to Jackson State University for yodeling. So when she drops a country album, I know that it's going to be authentic and I know it's going to be hot. She did a Tennessee song on her last album called Tennessee to give us a little taste, and the song is fire. It sounds country. They would love it if she spent 60 minutes farting on the track. That's true. I will say a lot of folks are getting listens and streams because of because of Beyonce. Like people paying attention because of Beyonce. Because of Beyonce. I want to say shout out to he probably is not gonna see this video. I got two things before I go. Ron G. Ron Gooserin. Y'all know who that is, right? So this Joker sent me, man. This Joker sent me. You see the silhouette itself, but if you can't see that clearly, that just means, in fact, I got a better way. Hold on. Hopefully this shows. Can you see what that says in there? Hold on. I'm terribly showing this. Dang. If the shoe, I can't fit this shoe. It's so damn little. But never mind. Where my index finger is, can you see what that says? Can you make it out even if you can't see the whole word?
Let me turn my camera.
Word says it. Word put it in the comment section. Sample. This joker sent
Wow.
me a sample pair of Michigan Highs, man. He was like, I got something. It just randomly like, I got something for you. I was like, all right. And I told him where to send it to and whatnot. And yeah, man, this is what came in the mail. Now, again, I can't wear these. I wouldn't wear them anyway, they samples, but very small shoe, by the way. But he just happened to have them.
Wow.
And he sent them over, man. Sample pair. So again, shout out to OG Ron Gooserin for sending me a pair of sample Michigan High Dunks, man. Y'all know the leather on them joints. Something serious. Y'all know it. I am giving away some wall prints. I'll show you guys another one on another live, but if anybody wants this, hit my email. It's wrapped in plastic, so this came from my guys over at Can I Kick It? It's just the print here of Jordan's lineage. All right. Obviously, there's way more Jordans than this now, but if anybody wants these, or this rather, not these, I don't get all these. If anybody wants this wall print, hit my email or even my DM. You can hit my DM and I'll send it to you. But I don't have a use for Jordan silhouette wall print. And just like any sneakerhead, obviously I have plenty of Jordans because that just comes with the territory. It ain't like I wasn't trying to have a bunch of Jordans, but it just happens, you feel me?
Absolutely.
But I don't need a wall print of Jordan silhouette lineage. So again, hit me if y'all want this wall print. I'm trying to carefully put it back into the plastic that I just showed y'all that it was in. And I get it shipped out because it's either this or figuring out a way to give it to somebody that's a stranger. So you feel me? But yeah, Super Cat, you got anything you want to touch on?
No, I just appreciate you having me on and everything. It was good chopping it up with you.
For sure. It's good. Thank you for hopping on and being engaged in that conversation. Tomorrow's games is gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So I'm super excited. The weekend is gonna be straight basketball for me. So what's happening on here? Try to get a couple vids out as well. So there are a couple things I want to pick up this weekend. So hopefully I'll have those in time and go ahead and drop a vid. When am I doing this again? That is a lovely question. Lovely question. I'm a figure that on out. I'm gonna figure that out. So far, Yeah, if you need to, you can hop off super.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I'll let y'all know. Cause I don't know if this is gonna be a cadence or not. So if this is a cadence, then I can easily say that. But today worked out for me. Let's put it like that. So all right, but no, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much, man. Everybody that's on this comment section, y'all basically family. So I appreciate y'all hopping on. And Danny, if I do come back on next time, you better hit that link. You better hit that link with playing. Huh? And show the people what them dimples do. You know? You know? Word. Love y'all. Love y'all. All right. I'm out of here. About to go read a book or something. It's rest day. Ain't no gym tonight. So we about to get out here and be a freaking nerd like I love to be. All right. Peace.